Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Professor Sistrunk, and I'm reaching out to the student body. Okay, students, welcome back to the channel. We are about to do another packet tracer. And this particular packet tracers, and the packet tracers after this one, it'll be more detailed. I will be explaining a lot about the commands that we work on. I want you to pay attention to these particular commands because this is where the rubber meets the road. You will begin to understand the concepts of what we call becoming a network technician, becoming a network administrator, and so on and so forth. We're going to dig a little deep into the commands. Now, this first one is going to be really simple, really quick. We're going to shoot right through it. But the ones that's coming behind this, starting with this one, and the ones that's coming behind it, it's going to be more detailed. I'm going to show you methods and techniques. What I will begin to do is graduate you up to how they actually do it in the real world, as we call it, So what you're doing now is just prepping you, getting you prepared. But it's a journey to becoming a professional in this field. And it starts with one of the key ingredients: persistence. You have to be persistent. Persistence will always win the day. So this is Professor Sistrunk. Let's go right into the packet tracer. Okay, we're back. So I just wanted to give you a bird's eye view of all the different packet tracers that I will be doing in this 100 days of packet tracer. Yes, I just want you to see the many packet tracers that I will be doing. Now, a student asked me, he said, Professor, some of the packet tracers that we do, I don't see them in my work or on my syllabus that I have to do. And I say, no. These are just packet tracers that I am doing while you guys are actually doing your work to show you how easy it is to complete these assignments. They're not hard. And hopefully, as I proceed to move forward, you'll pick up on the different techniques that I use. My goal in this is to take you from just doing basic knowledge of doing this procedure to how we actually do it in the industries, to graduate you up to that industry standard. So that's my goal. But with that being said, I want you to understand that you will not have to do all these packet tracers. You only have to do what's on your syllabus. That's it. And you follow your syllabus. That's what you follow. Okay, so now this next packet tracer I'm doing is going to be create a simple network. I'm going to go ahead and open that packet tracer up and see if we can get into that work. I am going to bring it up here. First, I'm going to shrink this down. 100 days, a lot of different packet tracers. So let's drag this on up into the screen where you guys can see it. As you can see, it's multiple things going on here. So now, I like to keep my own instructions. So I'm going to bring up my instructions and show you what I have here. So this is what I copy outside of the packet tracer so I can have it clear form on a nice, clean, pretty type of paper, as they say. As you can see, this is 3.5.1 packet tracer, create a simple network. You see the addressing table. We got a PC, a wireless router, and also a server in this one. That's surprising right there. And we have a laptop. And as you can see, the objective is just to build a simple network, configure the end devices, and verify connectivity. Okay, you see here it says add network devices to the workplace. So I'm going to go in here and act like I'm walking into the server farm, and I'm actually put some devices in there. So I'm going to click here on end devices. I'm going to grab me a PC, put it right there. I'm going to grab me a laptop, put it right there. And I'm going to come down here to network devices, and I'm going to go to the cloud and get that cable modem, because that's what a cable modem is at the cloud. So I put 3 new devices on here. Now, I am going to come back to the instructions because after I put these devices there, the instruction says change display names of the network devices. This is a simple process here of changing names. So I'm going to go back to that and I'm just going to simply click on the packet tracer. And as you can see, the names are already the same. I'm going to click here and just take out that 0. I'm going to click here and take this 0 out. Now, there's another way to do this. You can actually click on a device and let it come up and go to config. That's how the instruction said do it, and change that name. Okay, you can close that and you see it says cable modem instead of with the 0. So we have that. We have the devices on there and we have the names in there. Now I'm going to do some here. I'm just going to put my mouse pointer over this so you can see all the different devices, ports, and connectivities that's inside of here. You can do the same thing with PCs, and you can also do with laptops right here. Now in the real world, you can't do that. That's why I like Packet Tracer so much, because you get a chance to see that you have the right device, and it helps you out to be able to know this information, without having to actually go in there and put a command in and do it. Okay, so let's go look at the next step. I'm going to try to keep this video log short if we can. So I'm going to move up right here. It says here, add the physical cabling between devices on the workplace. So we got a device here that says the PC will need a copper straight through cable to connect to the wireless router. So we're going to go from port fast Ethernet 0 to Giga Ethernet. Now it also says we need a straight through. Okay, so let's go get that and shrink that down. Come to our wires, and as you see, I put my mouse pointer on each one of them. You can see that it gives you the name, and there is copper straight through. So I'm gonna click this, go to the PC. It says fast Ethernet 0. Then go to the wireless router, and it says Giga Ethernet 1. So we accomplished that task. We want to make sure that they are connected, and they are. Now, let's go back to the instructions. We successfully completed that task. Now, the next thing it wants us to do, it says B. It said the wireless router will need a copper crossover cable to connect to the cable modem. So we want to go to from the wireless router to the cable modem, and we're going to hit port 1. It says select the copper crossover cable in the device section box and attach it to the internet interface of the wireless router. So we're going to go ahead and choose port 1 interface from the cable modem. So we're going from the wireless router to the cable modem, and we're going to choose port 1 with a crossover cable. So let's go ahead and do this right here on B. So I'm going to put the instructions down. Remember, we're going wireless router, copper crossover cable to port 1, okay, on here. So let's go to wireless router. Let's go over here and get this. We're going to click here, port 1, and we're going to click here and go internet. Okay, so let's take a look and make sure we follow those instructions. So we accomplished that. In the next one, it says the cable modem will need a coaxial cable to connect to the internet cloud. Okay, so we're going to go port 0 to coaxial 7. Let's go ahead and do that. So we're going to go right here, and we see that's coaxial. We're going to click on the cable modem, port 0, and then we're going to go here and click on coaxial 7. So we actually hooked it up real nice. Okay, so let's go ahead and finish this up. Let's go to the instructions. And this time, now we're going to see configure the end devices and verify connectivity. It says here, configure PC. You will configure the PC for the wired network in this step. So let's go ahead. We're going to do the PC. So basically in the PC, that's going to be real simple. We're just going to go PC, click the PC in the desktop, and we're going to configure it. And we're going to follow the steps of the proper configuration. So let's get this right now. Click the PC. in the desktop tab, navigate to the IP configuration and verify the DHCP is 8 enabled and the PC has received an IP address. So that's real simple. We're going to go to PC and we're going to go to desktop and we're going to click here. Now watch this. Once I click DHCP, it gives the PC an IP address, and there go the IP address. So the PC has an IP address. We're going to close that and go back to the instructions. So our PC has an IP address. In the desktop tab, click the prompt, the command prompt. Now, it wants me to do a IP config for all, just to see that we have this IP address in there. So let's go ahead and do this. And this is one of the techniques you will do all the time. So I'm going to click back on the PC. I'm going to go back to the command prompt. And then I'm going to type in IP config space /all and hit it. And now you can see that the PC, let's make that a little bigger. You can see that the PC right here has an IP address. It has multiple things in here. Okay, that's cool. We have that. Okay, let's shut that back down. Let's go back to it. Like I said, this is a simple one here. Now it says here, test the connectivity to the Cisco server from the PC from the command prompt. So it wants me to say ping. It really wants me to ping this particular PC. So I'm going to shrink this down so I make sure I type it in correctly. I'm going to go back to the PC. I'm going to move this over here. And I'm going to go back to the command prompt and hit enter several times to get all that in. And I'm going to go ping. And I'm going to type in Cisco.pk. I think it was PKA, if I'm not mistaken. PKA. Let me check to make sure. Let's make sure that we're doing it right. Yeah, PKA. I think I have it right. Let's go ahead and hit enter. And what we should see here is that it's going to reach out to that server. Now, this is where you begin to really understand what's going on. It's taking a little time because it's trying to find that server. But what you really want to understand is that we just did this. Let me point that out to you. I'm going to shrink that back down. So we went from the PC to the wireless router to the modem to the internet, boom, to the server. That's exactly what we did. And you see that it was successful. All lines of communication is up. So we completed that task. Now let's go ahead and see what else we have to do and close this out. Like I said, this was a simple. The last thing we have to do is configure the laptop. So now in the next step, we're going to say step 2, configure the laptop. Okay. In this step, you will configure the laptop to access the wireless cable. Now I'm going to set this up so you can see this. I want you to be able to see it clearly as I walk through these steps. So it says here, click the laptop. Go ahead and click the laptop. I'm going to move that over here. And I'm going to come back to the instructions. Okay. Let's shrink this up just a little. Okay. There we go. And I'm going to go ahead and turn the laptop off first. You always have to turn your devices off. Excuse me, I'm in the wrong place. I'm going to remove this here. Yes, you saw that. Okay, so I'll remove that. But that's good. You want to make sure you're paying attention. At least I need to pay attention. Professor, pay attention. Okay, and I'm going to go here and pick the one. See, they want me to put this one here in there. So I'm going to look for W, and there it is, WPC. I'm going to pull that out and put it in there. That's a wireless card, and I'm going to turn it back on. Okay, now that's what these instructions told you. It says power off the laptop, remove the module, install the module, blah, 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 and it's connected. What you will see happen once I shrink this down is that this laptop, once it activate, gonna connect back to this. So let's bring it back up. Okay, so we got the laptop on, we got it connected, Now it says here, so we did all that power on the laptop. We turned the laptop back on. And it says here, with the wireless module installed, connect the laptop to the wireless. So it wants us to go to desktop. Let me move these instructions over just a little, just a little. Click the desktop tab and then select wireless PC. It wants me to go to the wireless PC. And this is what you'll be doing in the real world. Then it wants me to click on connect. As you can see, connect tab. And once I click on that, it wants to, you see it just found it. It popped up right before your eyes. So I'm going to go ahead and click connect here. And then it should be connecting. And that's all I did right here. Connect, home network, connect. And it says here, close the browser. So I'm going to go ahead and close it. And there it is. The laptop now has a wireless connection. Now those dashes mean wireless connection. I know you know that. So that was it on this.